Let me tell you my story. My name is Sam Jack. I'm a father of 3, husband to a beautiful, young, energetic wife. And for years, I felt trapped. Trapped in a job that paid well, but drained my soul. And now, just 9 months later, I've earned over $80,000 in net profit. Not from gambling, but from a system. One that's changing lives and building a movement we now call the Sportsbook Economy. I spent years climbing the corporate ladder, IT architect for company giants like Walmart, Microsoft, US Bank, Panasonic, Jazz Pharmaceutical, and AARP, to name a few. I was making over $200K a year. On paper, I had it all. But in reality, I was drowning in debt. I was exhausted, burnt out, underappreciated. I gave these companies millions of dollars in value. And what I got in return was stress, depression, and the crushing feeling that no matter how hard I worked, I was stuck in the rat race. I hustled harder. I took on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Amazon delivery, crypto, trading. Anything you can think of, you name it. Trading my nights and weekends for a few extra bucks, while missing precious moments with my kids. I realized something had to change. My time was worth more than $15 an hour. I didn't want to be another overworked dad with nothing left in the tank. I was looking for a way out, and then I found it. I joined a program that cost $10,000 through Major League Profits. It was supposed to be about sports cars, but buried inside was a module on something I've never heard of, Sportsbook Arbitrage. Despite being a lifelong sports fan, I had never seen odds this way. Not as gambling, but as math, as leverage. My coach at the time, Chad Gracie, now my business partner, he opened my eyes. I realized this wasn't a side hustle. It was an economy. I started back in October 2024 with a $2,500 bankroll in Michigan. NBA season promos were hot, and within 4 weeks, I made $12,500 in profit. Within 6 weeks, I've made over $18,000. I was blown away. I poured everything into mastering the system. I discovered bonus conversions, global books, and eventually the profit loop. A repeatable process to legally extract profit every week from sportsbooks with zero risk if you follow the system. Over the next 9 months, I stacked over $80,000 in profit, averaging under 30 minutes a day. I paid off over $40,000 in debt. I funded my son's adoption to the family. I set up a college fund for my daughter. I took my family on multiple vacations. I threw my wife a kick-ass 30th birthday party. Paid entirely with sportsbook profit. And most importantly, I started to breathe again. I got my time back, got my confidence, started getting my freedom. I knew this couldn't just be my story. I invested in high-level marketing and coaching. I learned how to grow on social media. I went from 0 followers to over 200,000 followers and over 200 million plus impressions. That's when I launched ArbSamurai. And today, that has evolved in something bigger. The Sportsbook Economy. A movement, a brand, a revolution. Built alongside Chad Gracie, the original architect of the Profit Loop, and my business partner, Elijah Casey, a marketing genius with access to millions across the internet. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you and show you how this actually works, so you can see that it's not just talk. This here is my OddsJam dashboard. Right now, I'm scanning for arbitrage opportunities, which just means we're pinning 2 different sports books against each other. Right here, I see a guaranteed profit on this game. If I bet $100 on one side and $100 on the other side, no matter what happens in this particular game, I will profit $2.70. Now that might not sound like a lot to you, but these stack all day long, dozens of them. And when you layer in bonus money, risk-free bets, reloads, and a rollover strategy, you start seeing $100, $300, $500, even $1,000 days. In fact, here's an example. I just secured a $2,500 bonus from FanDuel and a $400 bonus from Bookmaker, both of which I've converted into real cash using this system in the OddsJam tool. This isn't gambling. This is a repeatable playbook, and that's what we teach inside the Sportsbook Academy. We now help everyday people, dads, students, retirees, moms, grandparents, everyone, turn a few $100s into $2,000 to $10,000 per month. We teach the elite how to build a consulting business around this system. We offer funding, community, coaching. We give you the tools, playbooks, and the support to win at your own pace from anywhere in the world. And it starts at just $27. If you're stuck, if you're burnt out, and if you're like I was, grinding endlessly with nothing left to show, then this isn't just another program. It's your way out. This is the Sportsbook Economy, built on leverage, fueled by math, and designed to give you your time and life back. DM me Economy or click the link below and I'll show you how to get started. Let me tell you my story. My name is Sam Jack. I'm a father of 3, husband to a beautiful, young, energetic wife. And for years, I felt trapped. Trapped in a job that paid well, but drained my soul. And now, just 9 months later, I've earned over $80,000 in net profit. Not from gambling, but from a system. One that's changing lives and building a movement we now call the Sportsbook Economy. I spent years climbing the corporate ladder, IT architect for company giants like Walmart, Microsoft, US Bank, Panasonic, Jazz Pharmaceutical, and AARP, to name a few. I was making over $200K a year. On paper, I had it all. But in reality, I was drowning in debt. I was exhausted, burnt out, underappreciated. I gave these companies millions of dollars in value. And what I got in return was stress, depression, and the crushing feeling that no matter how hard I worked, I was stuck in the rat race. I hustled harder. I took on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Amazon delivery, crypto, trading, anything you can think of, you name it. Trading my nights and weekends for a few extra bucks, while missing precious moments with my kids. I realized something had to change. My time was worth more than $15 an hour. I didn't want to be another overworked dad with nothing left in the tank. I was looking for a way out, and then I found it. I joined a program that cost $10,000 through Major League Profits. It was supposed to be about sports cars, but buried inside was a module on something I've never heard of, Sportsbook Arbitrage. Despite being a lifelong sports fan, I had never seen odds this way. Not as gambling, but as math, as leverage. My coach at the time, Chad Gracie, now my business partner, he opened my eyes. I realized this wasn't a side hustle. It was an economy. I started back in October 2024 with a $2,500 bankroll in Michigan. NBA season promos were hot, and within 4 weeks, I made $12,500 in profit. Within 6 weeks, I've made over $18,000. I was blown away. I poured everything into mastering the system. I discovered bonus conversions, global books, and eventually the profit loop. A repeatable process to legally extract profit every week from sportsbooks with zero risk if you follow the system. Over the next 9 months, I stacked over $80,000 in profit, averaging under 30 minutes a day. I paid off over $40,000 in debt. I funded my son's adoption to the family. I set up a college fund for my daughter. I took my family on multiple vacations. I threw my wife a kick-ass 30th birthday party. Paid entirely with sportsbook profit. And most importantly, I started to breathe again. I got my time back, got my confidence, started getting my freedom. I knew this couldn't just be my story. I invested in high-level marketing and coaching. I learned how to grow on social media. I went from 0 followers to over 200,000 followers and over 200 million plus impressions. That's when I launched ArbSamurai. And today, that has evolved in something bigger. The sportsbook economy. A movement, a brand, a revolution. Built alongside Chad Gracie, the original architect of the Profit Loop, and my business partner, Elijah Casey, a marketing genius with access to millions across the internet. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you and show you how this actually works, so you can see that it's not just talk. This here is my OddsJam dashboard. Right now, I'm scanning for arbitrage opportunities, which just means we're pinning two different sports books against each other. Right here, I see a guaranteed profit on this game. If I bet $100 on one side and $100 on the other side, no matter what happens in this particular game, I will profit $2.70. Now that might not sound like a lot to you, but these stack all day long, dozens of them. And when you layer in bonus money, risk-free bets, reloads, and a rollover strategy, you start seeing $100, $300, $500, even $1,000 days. In fact, here's an example. I just secured a $2,500 bonus from FanDuel and a $400 bonus from Bookmaker, both of which I've converted into real cash using this system in the OddsJam tool. This isn't gambling. This is a repeatable playbook, and that's what we teach inside the sportsbook economy. We now help everyday people, dads, students, retirees, moms, grandparents, everyone, turn a few $100s into $2,000 to $10,000 per month. We teach the elite how to build a consulting business around this system. We offer funding, community, coaching. We give you the tools, playbooks, and the support to win at your own pace from anywhere in the world. And it starts at just $27. If you're stuck, if you're burnt out, and if you're like I was, grinding endlessly with nothing left to show, then this isn't just another program. It's your way out. This is the sportsbook economy, built on leverage, fueled by math, and designed to give you your time and life back. DM me Economy or click the link below and I'll show you how to get started. Let me tell you my story. My name is Sam Jack. I'm a father of 3, husband to a beautiful, young, energetic wife. And for years, I felt trapped. Trapped in a job that paid well, but drained my soul. And now, just 9 months later, I've earned over $80,000 in net profit. Not from gambling, but from a system. One that's changing lives and building a movement we now call the Sportsbook Economy. I spent years climbing the corporate ladder, IT architect for company giants like Walmart, Microsoft, US Bank, Panasonic, Jazz Pharmaceutical, and AARP, to name a few. I was making over $200K a year. On paper, I had it all. But in reality, I was drowning in debt. I was exhausted, burnt out, underappreciated. I gave these companies millions of dollars in value. And what I got in return was stress, depression, and the crushing feeling that no matter how hard I worked, I was stuck in the rat race. I hustled harder. I took on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Amazon delivery, crypto, trading. Anything you can think of, you name it. Trading my nights and weekends for a few extra bucks, while missing precious moments with my kids. I realized something had to change. My time was worth more than $15 an hour. I didn't want to be another overworked dad with nothing left in the tank. I was looking for a way out, and then I found it. I joined a program that cost $10,000 through Major League Profits. It was supposed to be about sports cars, but buried inside was a module on something I've never heard of, Sportsbook Arbitrage. Despite being a lifelong sports fan, I had never seen odds this way. Not as gambling, but as math, as leverage. My coach at the time, Chad Gracie, now my business partner, he opened my eyes. I realized this wasn't a side hustle. It was an economy. I started back in October 2024 with a $2,500 bankroll in Michigan. NBA season promos were hot, and within 4 weeks I made $12,500 in profit. Within 6 weeks, I've made over $18,000. I was blown away. I poured everything into mastering the system. I discovered bonus conversions, global books, and eventually the profit loop. A repeatable process to legally extract profit every week from sportsbooks with zero risk if you follow the system. Over the next 9 months, I stacked over $80,000 in profit, averaging under 30 minutes a day. I paid off over $40,000 in debt. I funded my son's adoption to the family. I set up a college fund for my daughter. I took my family on multiple vacations. I threw my wife a kick-ass 30th birthday party. Paid entirely with sportsbook profit. And most importantly, I started to breathe again. I got my time back, got my confidence, started getting my freedom. I knew this couldn't just be my story. I invested in high-level marketing and coaching. I learned how to grow on social media. I went from 0 followers to over 200,000 followers and over 200 million plus impressions. That's when I launched ArbSamurai. And today, that has evolved in something bigger. The sportsbook economy. A movement, a brand, a revolution. Built alongside Chad Gracie, the original architect of the Profit Loop, and my business partner, Elijah Casey, a marketing genius with access to millions across the internet. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you and show you how this actually works, so you can see that it's not just talk. This here is my OddsJam dashboard. Right now, I'm scanning for arbitrage opportunities, which just means we're pinning two different sports books against each other. Right here, I see a guaranteed profit on this game. If I bet $100 on one side and $100 on the other side, no matter what happens in this particular game, I will profit $2.70. Now that might not sound like a lot to you, but these stack all day long, dozens of them. And when you layer in bonus money, risk-free bets, reloads, and a rollover strategy, you start seeing $100, $300, $500, even $1,000 days. In fact, here's an example. I just secured a $2,500 bonus from FanDuel and a $400 bonus from Bookmaker, both of which I've converted into real cash using this system and the OddsJam tool. This isn't gambling. This is a repeatable playbook, and that's what we teach inside the Sportsbook Academy. We now help everyday people, dads, students, retirees, moms, grandparents, everyone, turn a few $100s into $2,000 to $10,000 per month. We teach the elite how to build a consulting business around this system. We offer funding, community, coaching. We give you the tools, playbooks, and the support to win at your own. Hello everybody. Welcome to the Sportsbook Academy YouTube channel. My name is Sam Jack. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about all kinds of things, including how you can make $3,000 to $8,000 a month doing bonus conversions with sports books. We're going to talk about my story with making $81,000 in 9 months doing bonus conversions and arbitrage. We're going to do some announcement. We have some major announcements, talk about some of the things that are going on with Sportsbook Academy. I'm going to ask your questions or answer your questions in the chat as well, whatever you guys have out there. We're going to go through a live bonus conversion from front to back. And I think that will be most of the stuff that we go over tonight. So really excited about our second night here with the Sportsbook Academy podcast. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Sam Jack, formerly ArbSamurai. Rebranded recently, partnering with a couple of heavy hitters and going and creating our brand and company, Sportsbook Academy. And what we are a consulting and coaching organization. We teach others how to make money similar to what we've done. So between my director of success, Chad Gracie, and myself, we've coached over 1,000 people the last couple of years with a 92% success rate. What does success look like? Making $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 a month consistently with the bonus conversion process, what we call the profit loop. Okay, and so why should you listen to us? Why should you listen to me, Sam? Why should you listen to Chad? Why should you listen to the director of success in Chad Gracie? So the story goes like this. So I have been in IT support or IT enterprise architecture, working at high levels across multiple organizations in corporate America for over 20 years. Some of the big ones are Microsoft, Walmart, AARP. These are the biggest names in their space. And I was in charge with many things: Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams, Exchange, email platforms, collaboration platforms, governance and security, you name it, you got it. Was in charge of other companies' budgets in these places, multiple millions over. Big budgets with some of these big guys. So done that for 20 years. Kind of rose up the ranks in corporate America, but it started losing its luster. You know, I seen what it was doing to friends and colleagues. I seen what it was doing to my own ambitions and desires and dreams, and it became soul sucking. You know, corporate America can be soul sucking. So I was desperate. I was looking for things to do, that would be more to my calling, if you will. So last year, I started looking at coaching. I believe in coaching. If someone's been there and someone has the ability to teach it to you and share their experiences, share, where you want to avoid mistakes and so forth, I'm a big believer in that. And that someone that's been there, done that, has the ability to teach it, I'm a huge believer in that. So I got into a coaching program that taught me how to flip sports cards. So sports cards was a passion of mine, where we talked about, or we flipped sports cards, or just collected sports cards since I was a little kid. Took a break for many years. The boom back during COVID years with sports cards coming back, I was hooked. So I wanted to try to make some money with sports cards. So I got in with a high-end ticket coaching program to teach me how to do that. But buried inside there was a module about sportsbook arbitrage. And I'm a huge sports fan, as big as they get. The biggest Detroit Piston fan in the entire world. I kid you not. Love my Detroit Lions. I've always bravely said I've loved the Detroit Lions, but now, everybody's on the Lions bandwagon. So it is what it is. But love my Pistons since the '88 Bad Boys, right? That's when I fell in love with basketball. Played sports myself, lots of basketball, college basketball, high school basketball, and and coached it for 25 years. So I have a lot of coaching acumen as well. Won national championships at different various organizations. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good experiences. So I love the sports world, but I never knew anything about sportsbook arbitrage. I always gambled recreationally. I knew the house always had an edge, that I always win. So I was really risk adverse. I only did it for fun. But this whole, this team's favored -110, this team is an underdog +110, that was all oblivious to me. I didn't know anything about pricing. I was a recreational bettor as a recreational bettor gets. So when Chad started exposing me to the math and the strategies behind sportsbook arbitrage, my mind was blown, guys. I went from starting with a bankroll of $2,500. Even then, I was skeptical. Let me start with $2,500. Let me see what this is all about. Let me see what Chad's all about. And sure enough, I converted bonuses in Michigan to the tune of $12,500 in the first month last October. Now, granted, it was the beginning of the NBA season, lots of promos. I had no accounts online with any of the big names, the FanDuels, the DraftKings of the world, and I just converted everything. And it was like $12,500. Converted some more after that. I got started doing the international books. Got up to $18,000 in 6 months, and I was hooked. I went all in, understand the system, use my knowledge of systems to develop and continue to fine tune it. And so what I did is I did bonus conversions in arbitrage for the next 9 months, so the last 9 months, and I made $81,000 doing this, okay? So some of you might have the question, well, yeah, they give you a welcome bonus in the beginning. They give you a welcome bonus, but what happens after that? Well, we tell you what happens after that. Many books give you, as an existing customer, reload bonuses, okay? They want to keep your business. And if you're not at their book, they want to entice you to be a customer, or we come back to their doors. So it's like having a sale. And they know that most people do not take advantage of their bonuses properly. So it is a marketing tool for them. Well, we know how to take that marketing tool, get those reload bonuses, and convert them into cash all day, every month, month over month, easy peasy, okay? And so there's a lot that goes into it, but it's not a very hard system to learn. But with people like myself and Chad in your corner, we can teach you these things. So let's kind of talk about the other things that I've started doing. So I also started learning and getting coaching on social media. So I have massive reach. I have social media theme pages in Instagram that reach over 200,000 followers and reach over 200 million viewers a week, a month, I'm sorry. And I have partnered with a master marketing mind in Elijah Casey. Now, Elijah has an infrastructure, if you will, of Christian-based theme pages and so forth, with well over 5 million followers, let alone how many views and reach that he has. So we've combined together and brought together the sportsbook economy, and we are excited about what's going on behind the scenes. We're excited for the students that we're working for. We're excited for making an impact for all the people that we can help in life. We get it. I've been there. I've been in a lot of debt. I used this side income to wipe out over $45,000 in debt. I funded multiple vacations for my family, threw a kick-ass birthday party for my wife. I started funding for my daughter's college education, and on and on and on. Just so many things, so many financial freedoms, and having fun doing it too. And to boot, 30 to 45 minutes a day with this side hustle. So I know it's hard to believe. We're gonna dive in. For those of you that this is new for, we're going to dive in. We'll talk a little bit more about bonus conversions, so you'll see it in action. You'll see it live. You see me actually take a bonus, actually convert it into cash, okay? So we'll do that together. We'll talk about some of the offerings and things that are going behind the scenes with Sportsbook Economy, and I'm just really excited to kind of bring that all together to you. Now, as far as some success stories, so I've recently taken on some students in a one-on-one capacity. I had Kyle, who I just talked to yesterday. He was with me for 32 days. He was on a coaching plan to work with me for 4 weeks, and he made over $4,000, guys. Made over $4,000 working with me with just a few phone calls a month and just learning the strategy through our school community, and boom. Got another student I want to say he's in Massachusetts. Garrett's in Pennsylvania. Kyle is in Arizona. Garrett is in Pennsylvania, and Garrett started with a bankroll of $3,000. Within 5 weeks, he doubled that to well over $6,300, something like that. And a couple weeks later, he is still on pace to possibly double it again, because he has put more into the system, and he has got a $12,000 bankroll now, starting with 3. So Garrett's doing great. He's learning the system. He's really passionate. It's making an impact. So really excited about stories like that. I can't tell you enough about having the OG, my mentor, Chad, as a director of success. This guy, Chad, has seen it all, guys. He's been doing this since a lot of us were in diapers. He's been doing this for 20 years. Before the internet and the legalization of sports books, he was doing this in person, converting bonuses and so forth many, many years ago. So with the onset of the internet, with the onset with sports books online, with the legalization of sports books, it's just taken it to a whole new level, and he's developed what we dub the profit loop. There's this bonus conversion system that not only protects your account health, doesn't take a lot of time, takes 30 to 45 minutes, not overly complicated. You have us in your corner to, watch your back, watch your six. And Chad has coached over 700 to 1,000 people successfully through this program, working that high-level program for over 2 years now. He's helped an immense number of people. I know one individual that was recently on our group call that we have in our school community talk about his successes and how he made $96,000, guys, in 1 year doing this. So 1 year later, he's still doing this with his, regular accounts, with access to all the books that we teach him. Really excited to bring this guys to you. So if there's any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm gonna dive in the chat real quick just to see if hold on, so I don't have to 1,000. Sorry. So just want to see that if there's any questions in the chat, I could address them real quick, and then we'll jump into some announcements, okay? And then we'll jump into some bonus conversions. All right, let me see here. All right, I do see quite a bit of you out there. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I don't see any questions in the chat. I'm just going to say hello to the Twitter world or the X world and encourage you to ask your question. And then over on the YouTube side. So guys, if you're following or not following me on Twitter or X, find me there, Sportsbook Economy or Sportsbook Econ, and follow us on X, Sportsbook Economy on YouTube, Sportsbook Economy on Instagram as well. All right, let me just say hello to the YouTube folks. And if there's anything you want to see, if you want me to show you my bet tracker, if you want me to show you my bets from last week or 6 months ago, I can show you anything. I have it all in front of me. Okay, full transparency, and I will share as much as I can with you. So, all right, let me get this set up where we're doing. Just figure out where we're going to go tonight. I'm going to kind of start my process in terms of, where we are, what we do with bonus conversions and so forth. So let me switch over to my screen here. Actually, before I do, let me put one book in there because I just got my generic home page. All right, here we go. So Jazz Sports, one of the books I'm working with right now. I'm going to log in there. You see where we're at there. Jazz Sports, we have some funds to work with. Got about 2,300. So we have a rollover there. A rollover is a playthrough requirement. So when you take a bonus from a book, especially with international books, they have playthrough requirements, rollover requirements that you have to play through their balance until they'll allow you to withdraw it. The nice thing is we use low hold strategies and arbitrage strategy to safely play through these balances so that you can get through whatever the rollover is and then eventually withdraw it and you'll take another bonus somewhere else. Another book that I want to, let me log into my workstation here. That's going to take a moment. I didn't fire that up, so I'll just kind of talk with you guys. I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. There we go, Jazz Sports. Sharing my screen now. Double check questions here. Nothing yet. Cool. So we'll just share the knowledge here. Just kind of like to have a conversation with you guys. Make this a little bit more interactive. But if you're just soaking this in, I understand. Let's do it. So let's see. Bear with me just a moment. And I have a bet tracker of my own that kind of tracks where all my funds are, and I can definitely provide that template inside of our school community for those of there. But it kind of tells me where I might be able to go next, where my rollovers are, and so forth. So if I look at this, let's see here. Alright, so we're going to need check wager attack. We're going to need check bet now. And we're going to check my bookie and Betmania. These are the 5 books that I have funds across the board and that I need to roll over tonight. And then we're going to find a book to take another bonus from. Okay. Alright, let me open up my browser here on my workstation. Okay. Now, if you guys check the links in my in my description, you'll have a bunch of things that you can access. You'll have access to that you can get to, and I'll show you real quick before I log in. My global list, so the ArbSamurai, and I rebrand this to the Sportsbook Economy Global Books. It's going to give you all the international books, right, that we recommend and vet it through. Current welcome bonuses that are offered, promo codes, what some of the reload offers that are, what the deposit amount is to maximize the bonus, whether it's a free play or cash, whether it's a bonus, what the bonus amount is, and what that looks like after conversion, right? And so we have our affiliate links. If you use our affiliate links, you'll be supporting the channel and what we're doing. So that would be much appreciated. There are referral friend links. You can use those as well. Oops, I brought the wrong screen over. Alright. So that's one of the things that will be in the description. Another thing is going to be the Sportsbook sportsbookeconomy.com/live. Okay, so make a major announcement here, major announcement type. So on August 12th at 8 p.m., we are going to have our very first Sportsbook Economy Masterclass Live, our live masterclass on August 12th, where Chad and I will be on with all of you, and we have limited spaces available in this masterclass, so you can get early dibs right now if you go to sportsbookeconomy.com/live, and you can sign up and register for the masterclass, which is completely free. We're going to dive deeper into bonus conversions. We're going to dive deeper into something else that I'm going to announce in a moment. We're going to dive into our offerings. We're going to dive into the impact that it can have on people and yourself. We're really excited about that. One of the things that we're going to talk about in our live masterclass is our newly formulated licensed consulting division. So what we're doing, we're taking this company, this IP, the marketing machine that we're building out, the infrastructure that we're building out, the education, the training, and the know-how with Chad and myself. We're taking all of that, and we're going to allow you to become a licensed consultant of the sportsbook economy. And you can become a certified consultant after you've reached a certain number of success points within our community, within our program, and then after you reach a certain number of successful people that you've coached and consulted yourself. So you're going to be able to become your own business owner, okay, and do this from anywhere in the world. And we will help you with the infrastructure, marketing and support, education, everything that you need to be successful, funneling, client acquisition, all of it. And all you have to do is just learn our system and want to help other people and teach them how to do the same things that you would be taught inside of our program. So our licensing consultant division is going to be a big part of what we're doing. We're really excited for it. We're going to talk in depth about that in our masterclass on August 12th. So sign up if you're interested in learning more. sportsbookeconomy.com/live. So register for that. There is a cap to the event, so make sure you get your spots before that is over. Now that is going to be mass marketed. So if you're considering getting in, now would be the time. That's the first inkling of or announcement of this to anywhere in the world. So this will be pushed very, very shortly in the next day or two, and we expect all the spots to be full by the 12th. So consider doing that if you're interested. If there's any questions, drop them in the chat. But we would definitely talk more about the licensing consulting component and becoming your own business owner, doing this, teaching this to others, and making an impact on other people's lives. So we'll talk about that. We're really excited about that, right? All right, so bet now. I have 2,900 there. I want to log into Wager Attack. So Wager Attack, we got $2 grand there. We got to roll through these things. And what else do I want to be? Let me double check here. Bet Mania. Alright, so I want to be to Bet Mania. Okay, so these are the books that we're going to low hold between Wager Attack, Bet Mania, Bet Now, Jazz Sports. Also want to do my bookie. So we got 2,500 at Bet Mania and my bookie. Okay. All right, let me try to identify a book that maybe I haven't been in a while. Check to see if they have reload bonuses. I have not been in BUSR for a while. I have not been in every game for a while, or Bet DSI, or Bet Phoenix for that matter. You wager possibility. Let's check every game. let's go to, sometimes with reload bonuses, they will show up in the cashier section so we can check. Let's try, I think this Ether. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says they will give us a reload bonus, so I could reach out to their live support, see if they have anything. All right, so I'm basically reaching out saying, hey, I'd like to get back in the game. Do you have any reload bonuses for me? I haven't been at, at your sports book for quite some time. So see what they say. Every game has great lines. They have a great welcome bonus. They don't always give reload bonuses, but sometimes they do. So this is the way to check. You go in here. While we're checking on them, let's check another book as well. Let's do Bet Phoenix, because I know we can get something there always. So Bet Phoenix, we head out there. We're gonna go to okay, actually, let me see. If I go to here and Ethereum, it's not here. So what I gotta do is log out. And let's see. This is an area that I haven't seen before. Okay. And that's a 1015 error. That is a website issue. So hang on. Okay, that's interesting. Owner of this website. Ha! That's interesting. Are they watching me right now? They banned me from this site right now? You gotta be kidding me, right? Nice job, bud. Nice job, guys. Alright, doesn't matter. You won't stop me. Anyways, keep going. Anyways, let's see what these guys have to say. So Bet Phoenix, if I look here, reload. Let's talk to them. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, that was not chat. Hold on. This is fun, guys. I don't think the casinos like us taking money from them. Okay, let's see what happens here. I was able to log back in. It might have been a glitch with the sign out process, but let's see what happens here. So we'll ask them. We will also ask every game. Hasn't said anything yet. Come on, Kesh. Hook me up with a deal. Oh, here's a reload bonus, 125%. Click here for details. RL 125, so I may not need customer support. Deposits valid for $500 and $1 or more. Up to 2,500. Rollover is 1,300 or 13x, which isn't too bad. A 2-week hold. think I still need to, let me give them my account number. I want to make sure that they applied on the back end. Okay. While we're waiting there, let's check every game. Nothing yet. And check Bet Phoenix. He wants my password. Hang on a second, guys. Got to go off screen for that one. Oh, you guys are not seeing the chat because of my video circle, so hold on. Yeah, hold on. All right, cool. Now we can go. I am offered some bonuses. The maximum free play is 2,500. 170. So that better deals than what I saw on the website. So 175% free play plus $75 for 2-team parlay. I don't care about parlays, but sure, I'll use it for free. 150% free play, $50 for 300 to 499, and then 125%, which is what we saw, for 200 to 299. Okay, I will. I'll take 175. I will do. Let's see. What do I want to do? We don't have to max out. You know, it's a good practice to not always take the most. So I'm just going to take the minimum. I'll do 500. I'll ask him what the what do you call it? What's the rollover for that rate? It should be 13x, but sometimes the more you get, the more rollover there is. And rollovers don't really bother me at all because I really do low hold like crazy every day to get through the rollovers or, you know, liquidize into other accounts. So it's not even a worry for me. All right, every game is checking still, really slow on their response. All right, let's check to see if there are any questions out in the community. Mark says you've used have you used UWager? Yeah, Mark, I have used UWager. I think it's a good book to start in terms of a bonus because they usually do a $300 bonus on a $300 deposit, so it's not a big deposit. And they have really good lines. They just don't show up a lot in OddsJam. They do show up some, but not always. And so there's a little bit of manual work, like looking at lines manually and then comparing them in OddsJam to other books that you have access to. But it's a good place to start because they have a low rollover, relatively speaking. It's one of the first 6 books that I recommend to kind of get your feet wet in converting a bonus in going to a rollover. I would, Mark, I would suggest that you go with something with a very low rollover, something like Bet Online initially, where they don't even have a rollover. So you put $500, they'll give you $250. You convert that. You don't have to roll that. You don't have to roll that one time. So 1x. Actually, it's 0. It's their sister book that's 1x. Sportsbetting.ag. So both very low. Great way to get your feet wet with converting bonuses before you get into some of the. It's a great way to increase your bankroll as well. So yeah. Hope that kind of answers your question, Mark. All right. Appreciate that. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. All right. Bet Phoenix is still checking. Every game is still checking. They're going so slow, guys. All right. So what else is going on with sports book economy, right? So let me tell you a little bit more about what we're doing, what we offer as a service, all right? So between Chad and I, we offer two paths in our paths to profitability, if you will. We have the Sportsbook Economy Academy, which is a school academy that you can join, and we have I should say, video training and curriculum that you can follow and walk through this. You have community access to others that are learning and doing this as well at different stages in the process. We have access to me and Chad directly through the community. You're going to get 1 month of OddsJam Platinum for free as a part of this. And all of this is $997 normally. So that's $997 with one free month of OddsJam. For those of you who don't know, OddsJam Platinum is retail at $999 a month. So that is well worth the price of admission. And we teach you the system between Chad and I, how to get to becoming profitable, converting the welcome bonuses, and getting to $3,000 to $8,000 a month. So Bet Phoenix real quick, the 29x rollover, that's really, really big. But as I said, rollovers don't faze me at all. But it is something that daunts some people, and I wouldn't recommend you to take a 29x rollover in the beginning as you're getting used to this. You would maybe take a smaller bonus, or you would put less money. But basically what happens is I'm going to get a $500 bet. They're going to give me $175% bonus, which is going to be about $750. So $750 plus $500 is $1,250. $1,250 times 29x, that's somewhere around $37,000 that I need to roll over. Now, I will go through that quickly just because I know how to low hold every day. I know how to put arbitrage every day. I know how to lose them out. And these are things that I teach and Chad teaches inside of our academy. So our academy, going back to that $997, that will teach you all of those things, give you access to all of those things. Any updates that we make to the curriculum, to the strategies, to the bonuses, the terms of services, all of those things would be made available to you. So you would have lifetime access to the community as long as you're a paying OddsJam customer, right? So even though OddsJam is typically platinum is $997, up to $997 at retail, we can provide it to you for $397 a month. That's right, we have a special promotion that we can provide that to $397 a month going forward. So as long as you're an OddsJam customer, you are a member of our school community and have access, lifetime access, right? So that program is 4 to 6 weeks, where in the terms of having access to the community with us, Chad and whatchamacallit, Chad and myself. And if you want to stay beyond that, it's $397 a month, right? The second program, I'll tell you about the special in a second. So the second program is our VIP Accelerator program. Our VIP Accelerator program, you're going to get everything in the academy, but you're going to work directly with Chad and myself. You'll have 24/7 support to us via WhatsApp. We will be available to you in all your questions at all times. You will work with us for 6 months. So we will make sure that you get the white glove service, that you can make this a sustainable thing for yourself. Most of our students, as I said, they 2x in their accounts or their bankrolls every 30 to 45 days, every up to 15,000. Once you get up to like a $15,000, $20,000 bankroll and you exhausted all your welcome bonuses, you go into the profit loop and you make $3,000 to $8,000 a month. We will definitely help you get there with our 6-month VIP Accelerator program, which you'll also have access to 3 group calls a week with not only myself and Chad, but other like-minded individuals in the VIP program. So we really are excited to offer that to you guys. The VIP program, guys, is $5,800, okay? Now, we have a special today during this YouTube call, if you guys are interested. The VIP program, for 2 of you, if you want it, by the end of today, we can provide you the 6-month VIP Accelerator for $34.97. So $3,497 is $2,300 off the regular price, okay? So that will get you 6 months access to the community, to the training. They'll give you 6 months access to Chad and myself. They'll give you 6 months access to to the group calls that'll give you 30 days free of OddsJam Platinum, and then you'll also get the rate of OddsJam Platinum at $397 a month thereafter. Okay, and you'll have access to all of that for 6 months working with us and getting into the profit loop. But today, our normal price $5,800. Today you can get it for $3,497. We offer payment plans through Klarna and Affirm through our checkout process. So check that out. For the Academy is going to be $997. And for our first 5 customers today, we will offer the Academy for $747. So the first 5 customers today that would like to be a part of our Academy, instead of our $997, you get it for $747. We also offer payment plans there with Klarna and Affirm, and with that you get the community access, you get the curriculum, you get access to Chad and myself through the community, you get the 1 month free of OddsJam Platinum, and you get the locked in price of $397 a month OddsJam Platinum going forward. Okay, so lots of real good value coming from the guy who's made $81,000 doing this as a side hustle in 9 months, coming from Chad, who's coached well over 1,000 people to do this successfully, make $3,000 to $8,000 a month. He's been doing this for over 2 years. And he himself is doing it for over 15, 20 years. So we've seen everything between the two of us, and we can get you through this and into the system and changing your life, paying off your debt, having that extra income for your kids, for your vacations, moving away from your day job, maybe making this a primary income, looking at becoming a licensed consultant and helping other people do this. So this is life-changing stuff here, guys. It really is. I think it is. It's changed my life. I've left my W-2 jobs. I have no more W-2 jobs. This is my main thing now. I teach people how to do this. I'm committed. I'm passionate about this, and I'm really happy. I'm really excited to help as many people as possible. Both Chad, myself, and Elijah are. So we're really excited. All right, so these guys are really slow, and I'm just going to take the Bet Phoenix one. And if you want to sign up, guys, you will. You want to go to sportsbookeconomy/join, JOIN. So sportsbookeconomy/join will get you to the checkout page where you can see those two, or reach out to me directly in direct message on X or on Instagram, and I'll get you set up with the the special price. You probably you have to DM me because you're not going to get the special price at the checkout page, but we'll make it happen for you. We're within $34.97 for 2 people today for the VIP Accelerator program, and for the Academy $747 for 5 people. Okay, I'll make that announcement on X after the YouTube. And so you may want to jump on that as soon as possible. If you send me a DM and you were first, it'll be first come, first serve. Okay, and I'll check that after the call here. All right. I'll give these guys $500, and let me just let's double check Ethereum's okay. Now the reason I started making the switch to Ethereum, I originally was doing this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin can have some fees. Bitcoin can take a little bit of while to transfer as I learn more and more about crypto. Crypto, or with Bitcoin, it can take 15 to 60 minutes for it to transfer. But what I have found with Ethereum is that it's faster. It can take a few minutes to transfer, and smaller fees. So I love doing that. I'll kind of walk you through that process right now. The first thing we'll do once we confirm that we have the bonus is we want to then switch over to Ethereum, right? And yep, Ethereum deposit will be $500, and they're going to give me an address that's unique to this particular transaction. I'm going to take that address, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to head over to my wallet that I use, which I have a few, but mainly I use Coinbase. I think Coinbase has the easiest interface. So we'll do, we have to buy the Ethereum first. So we'll go to Ethereum, we'll go to buy Ethereum, we'll buy the max amount of Ethereum that we can buy. Oh, we only have, I don't want to buy 2,400. Let's see, I want to change this to USDC, and we'll buy 517. All right, that takes maybe a minute or so to convert from USDC. And why USDC? Well, USDC is not volatile like crypto and Bitcoin. So when I have funds just sitting there day after day, I tend to put it in USDC, which is based on the US dollar and is not as volatile, and therefore you don't have the ups and downs that you do with crypto and Ethereum. So when I'm ready to make the transaction, I just convert from USDC over to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and yeah, so that's what I do. So we're going to put the address here, and we're going to send this. We're going to do the max amount, 514. And just take my phone down for a second here. Nine 88533. All right, it should be back. Okay, my camera's a little bit off. Hold on. My video is not there. Hold on. There we go. There we go, guys. I'm back. All right. Cool. I like it. I'm still getting used to, broadcasting on YouTube, but we'll get there. We'll become better and better, just like you will become better and better at sportsbook arbitrage, right? All right. And then, all right, we sent that. We head back over here. It really does usually only take a few minutes at this point. So we'll continue to refresh, okay? So we'll ensure that that bonus gets there. And so it'll just be a couple minutes. In the meantime, we will also open up OddsJam. And before I do, let me just check any more questions. Nothing on X. Check YouTube. We're good on YouTube. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right, no questions. But whenever you guys want to pick up my brain, I'm here. So I'll be here every Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. All right. So we can talk about this. We can make money together. All right. That's what we can do. We can make money together. So, all right. Let's refresh this again. I'm still not there. Okay. So while we wait for that, let's go into OddsJam. Well, let me just double check the transactions. It was sent. Sent, yep. Oh, doesn't even have pending, so it should be in there any minute. Okay. So while we wait for that, let's log into OddsJam. Do some low holds. All right, so low holds between books. What we're going to try to do is first of all use their tool to see if we can have their scanning capabilities, find any low holds for Betmania, find any low holds for, let's see, we are working with Jazz Sports, Bet Any Sports, Betmania, Bet US, which is, wager attack. Guys, OddsJam, you got to put wager attack in the system, okay? All right, got to do it. And then it's the best book in the world. It really is. And then we got, we don't need XBet. We got MyBookie. We have Bet Phoenix and Betmania. Guys, we have Betmania, but let's put Bet Phoenix in there, okay? And that would be great. And let's see here. I got everybody, right? All right, so 13 books, main market only, next 24 hours. Boom. All right, we got a 2%er here between Bet. Oh, I'm going to make sure I got Bet Now too. Bet Now. Bet Now. Okay, that's good. All right, so we have Marlins minus 1.5 at 7:15. So we got 15 minutes for that. So we should be able to get that in there. So let's go see if we can find the Marlins minus 1.5 at plus 134. Minus 1.5 at plus 133, 1 point off. Okay. And then we go back here. We want bet US, which is going to be wager attack for us. Let's see what we can find at wager attack. Okay, wager attack. We're gonna go to baseball. Where's all the baseball games? There we go. Okay. Am I missing something? Did I do something wrong? 7:15, Marlins and Braves. Oh, I guess there's not a lot of baseball left, huh? So we may not have a lot of action tonight, guys. But that's all right. We're going to take care of what we can. So here we have minus 145 and 125. And we can do minus 145, which is accurate, and 134. So we have, I believe, a $500 limit here. Let's just see if I can put 750. Let's see if I can put $1,000. I don't think I can. You gotta be careful because this is a minus line. They put the 1,000 in the to win column and they're making you bet 1450, which is not what I want to do. So you gotta switch that around. Put your password in. Confirm. Alright, so my max is 500 here on this particular line. So let's do that. Okay, 500 there. If we go back here, calculator, this was 5, so we would put 361 or 360 minus 1.5, 134, 133. Should not be much of a change. If we bring up the calculator, 363. So we'll go 365. And again, we want to switch the risk amount, 365. Doesn't impact it here because it's an underdog, but we still want to just make a good habit of that. Submit that. We put that in. I'm going to double check that it went through at here. It did. Here it's still going. Usually when it goes like this, I have to refresh the page because it is logged out. So do that again. Yeah, bet did not go through. It is now back to 134, which will still do 365. Okay, submit. Alright, that's much faster. Usually pretty fast on this site. Alright, so we add this. 500, 365. We're basically losing around $17 to be able to play through 500 bucks at Bet US or Wager Attack and 365 at Bet Mania. And so that allows us to, hit a pretty decent rollover there, or parts of the rollover, and just kind of keep going. So let me double check my sportsbook screen. I didn't look at the sports schedule today, so been really busy. But looks like what we have is we got a couple live games. We got a game at 7 o'clock. If we go to the WNBA, we got, today's the 7th? Yeah, we got a game at 8 and 10 and 10. So we got 3 WNBA games we could look at. We could look at some tennis. I'm hearing some kind of noise from my computer. Major League Soccer is off for a little while, and then I don't think football is back just yet tonight. Tonight is Thursday. Let me see here. Goes to show how much sometimes I pay attention to the world of sports itself. So it's just more about money and lines in business. But we're looking for NFL. Okay, that's not tonight. All right, I gotta check that. When is it? Yeah, not showing up anything for today. It's live. Oh, there we go. There is some action tonight. Okay, I had the filter on. So there's some football tonight. There's 7:30. There's quite a 3 games. Okay, so we can look at these guys too. All right, so let's go check every game. What are they saying? He never got. It was poor customer service. Let's check these guys. Okay, my bet's in there. My free play is in there, 905, so we can use that. Okay, so let's go. We got one low hold in. Let's go check promo converter. We're gonna do Bet Mania as our reference point for Bet Phoenix. Bet amount is gonna be 300, and we'll convert this promo. See what we find. I don't have access to Novig right now. Let me make sure I have the books that I do have access to. We got Profit X. I got funds in Bet Online, Jazz, Bet Mania, Bet Phoenix. Who else do I got? I don't have every game. I got my bookie. I got Bet Now. And Wager Attack, which is going to be Bet Any Sports or Bet US. Okay, so I'm not finding anything. So this page scans for bonus conversions of 60% and above. I don't think it always does a great job of scanning Bet Mania lines, or Bet Phoenix. So at this point, we're going to do it manually. We're going to go on the sportsbook screen. We're going to open up a calculator that we can use for promo converters. Oops, not an open tab, but we want to do split screen. So we'll do. We'll take a look at the baseball game we have so far. Let's add Bet Mania. Oh, Bet Mania is there. Let me scroll to the right. Here we go. Let's bring this guy over here. I already placed the Bet Mania bet on this game. It was on the Marlins, right? So if we look at the run line, no, it was on the run line. It was on the run line, on the Braves. So yeah, we can still take the Braves there. So 113 here. Best thing we can find on the other side is minus 130 at Jazz. So this gives us a percentage of 49%. It's a little low for my liking, but if we don't find much action, we'll come back to that. On this page, I'd like to find 50% and above for conversions. Let's take a look at the WNBA money line. We got Bet Mania showing 160 for the Fever. On the other side, we can get the Mercury for 180, 185. is the best. Maybe Profit X 177. So that's 50%. That's much better. So I'm going to show you what's 185 by the way. 56%, only 1% off. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to do it between Bet Now. So we'll go here. This was the Fever. Oh, wrong book. So we'll head out to the WNBA. We got the Fever. We got the Fever plus 160 with a max of 250. So not a big max. So we'll do. Oh, the other thing I forgot. We have to be. They have a limitation on free plays, plus or minus 150. So anything above plus or minus 150, they won't take a free play. So this is at 160, so it falls out of that parameter. So we have to go back to the drawing board and find something a little closer to 150. So let's take a look at the point spreads. The point spreads are all negative numbers, so we don't want to go there. The total points are also all negative numbers currently, so we don't want to go there. If we go to the football games, let me adjust the popular leagues and add NFL now that it's in season. Perfect. All right. Go back to the sportsbook screen. NFL. All right, let's see what we got for a money line. And NFL is kind of new to me because I came into this in late October and I was really focused on basketball. Didn't really focus on the NFL season too much. So this beginning of this NFL season is new to me. So we can definitely lean on Chad for some thoughts on the beginning of the NFL season. But let's take a look at this. You know, math is math, so it works the same way. If we look at BetMania, and it's not showing BetMania or BetPhoenix here. Let me double check that I have that book selected. I do. So it's not scanning well. OddsJam. Not scanning well, guys. And then, alright. So we're going to do that manually. Let's look at the 7:30 game. It's going to be around 215, so that's too high. 204, it's going to be too high as well, so we won't be able to take that. So we can't take either of those for a bonus. On the money line, on the point spread, these are all negative. Doesn't look like any positives. On the total points, we have one negative, one positive there, but not likely at BetPhoenix. So let's look at BetPhoenix and see what we can find manually. So if we look at manually here, do we have any underdogs here? We have these guys at 160. If we go to Major League Baseball, do we have anything? We have, you know, the Braves at plus 113. We could technically take that. We also have, we have this. We have plus 132, $2,000 max on the Marlins if we go a different book. So let's see, what was that, plus 132. So 132 on the Marlins. Go back to baseball. Go back to run line. On the other side, we can get minus 145 at bookmaker, 150 at Bet Now, 150 at 152 at my bookie. It's a conversion of 53%. Let me see what I can get at, where did I end up putting the other wager? I put it at BetMania and Wager Attack, so we can do Bet Now. So let's take a look at Bet Now. So baseball, Major League Baseball. We have Bet Now at minus 150 on plus 1.5 Braves. So a little better, almost 53%. So we could do this one. 900 and 700. I like it. All right. So what we're gonna do is we can go to here. Oh, where did it go? I'm in the wrong book. All right. Our free play is 905. So our free play is 905. We'll check the box for free play. Boom, submit. All right, and then double check. Our free play is 905, and our hedge bet would be 720. So our hedge bet would be the Braves plus 1.5. Yeah. Let me double check that. Where did that go? Yeah. Braves plus 1.5. Braves plus 1.5 minus 150 for 720. All right, guys. So what just happened? Well, let me save this. Okay. So what happened here? Didn't go through. Save. The line's still the same. Yep. Okay. Am I not logged in? Oh, is it because I already no new bet? Let's try that again. Didn't take it. It's kind of a different thing that doesn't happen too often with this site. We were looking at, okay, so it's a game started. Is that what it is? 750. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay, let's go over there. Live betting. And same thing I did on Monday, guys. All right, so we go to baseball game, which was not showing up here yet. So we gotta wait a minute. There we go. So we were looking at plus or minus 1.5, I think it was, and it's not here, so we're gonna have to grab it someplace else. So the other place that we could go, let me see, do I have 700 in here? I don't. Let's go to Jazz, and we'll go to Live. And we'll go to Baseball, and we got the Marlins, and we have, it was the Braves plus 1.5, now it's minus 162, so it's going up. We're not getting the most favorable conversion, but it's still 50%, and it's a $740 bet. $740 at, well, it just went down to 154, but that's okay. I think I have to refresh. Baseball, Marlins, going to plus 154. And what did we say it was? It was 740? Yeah, 740. There we go, place that bet. So it's not letting me? Why not? Oh, max bet here is 250. All right, let me check something else. Where did that come from? That wasn't there yesterday. All right. I definitely don't want to do it in BetMania because sister book against sister book, you don't want to do that. My bookie's tapped. So we might have to split it up between those two books if we have a max. Let's go check. Let's go check this again. let me take the 250. Actually, just line that up. I'm not going to take it just yet. This is capped. And bet now. And the bet now is just not showing that line. Got totals. Oh, here's the spread. Braves plus 1.5 is minus 204. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, the line's moving. So this looks like the math is gone. So that was 905 in free play at 132. And then we got what do we got now? 19 or 205 minus 205 is at 43%. So we're losing like 10% of the profits that we could have made because I was a little slow. But that's why we're still gonna make a ton of money. And let's see. It's 151 here. 204 there, 214. Is that the right line? Braves plus 1.5. Braves plus 1.5. Marlins minus 1.5. Braves plus 1.5. That's right. Okay. Just tempted if I should wait a little bit. It's 204. But I'll just take 40% profit. That's fine. That's a 40%, ARB in my opinion. So let's just run these numbers again. We got 905, 132. And I'm probably driving some of you guys crazy with not knocking it down so quickly, but I'm really not worried about it because we are going to be making money. So let me bring up the bet now again. So bet now is now up to 214. So let's put that calculation in. 214. We're going to place a bet of 815. Okay. We're going to make $380, guys. $380 in the last half an hour. Oh, I'm forgetting the number. 815, right? 815, yep. 815. There we go. I got to log in. It says log in to place bet. Let me refresh again. And am I showing logged in now, guys? Okay. Alright. This thing just keeps wrong game. 214, yep. 815 for this. Place bet. So I got to put 5 there and 250 at the other place. Okay. Accept. Place. That won't go through because it's trying to put 331 when the max is 250. Come on. Oh, it actually took it. Okay, which is cool. That actually works out better. So I'll show you what this looks like. So if we go to the sportsbook screen, we know that we took at Bet Phoenix, we took the Marlins minus 1.5 for 132 for 905 bonus bet, free play, right? Track that. Then we know that at Bet Now, I want to change the name, looks like. So Bet Now was the other side, Braves plus 1.5. Bet Now, that was minus 214 for $500 cash. Change this. I'm going to track that. And then at Jazz, okay, so Jazz was minus 1.5 or plus 1.5 for 200, minus 200, oops, changed on me, minus 200, Jazz, and that bet was 331. So when we go to the bet tracker, I'm going to do one thing here. I'm going to change the bet type to accurately reflect that these are bonus bets as far as the type. Okay, and we'll take a bonus bet. Alright. And bonus bet. So we got 3 bets to make this bonus bet happen. So let's walk through this. 905 at BetMania at BetPhoenix. Alright, so that's free. That's a free play. We just grabbed that out of thin air tonight. And we put 500 and 831 there, right? So we put 831 in cash at these 2 books. If this wins at 1194, we're going to make about $300, $350. So like around 35% or so, right? And so on the other side, we got 5. If we win these, the potential payout is the difference is 130 there, and I'm sorry, the potential payout. Yeah, that's right. So 5, the difference is 230 there, and the difference here is 160-ish. So 230 plus 160 is 390 on the other side. So we're gonna win about $400, whether the Braves lose or win by 1.5 or better, or the Marlins win by 1.5 or better, right? And so we're gonna convert that $900 into about 40%, which is about $400. I like to get 55%. I kind of screwed up there, not paying attention to the clock again. I usually like to do this earlier in the day, but I'm going to be more mindful of that, and I'm going to do these lives at 6 o'clock. But we got out of it, and we're walking away with $400 profit. I can call it a night, and but I'm going to do a couple of low holds. Just to churn. Oh, I don't know if I can do a couple of low holds. What we want to do, because there's not a lot of action tonight, right? But let's check. Let's go over to the sportsbook screen. Let's look at the football games first, because they're starting sooner. So let's look at the pre-match for now. So we got a game at 7:30. Now I'm gonna really pay attention. That's in 5 minutes. I'm not gonna mess around with that. So let's go at the 10 o'clock game. Money line. What's the highest we can get? We could possibly get 210 here. So let's change this over to the arbitrage calculator. We got 210 on this odd. On the other side, we could possibly get 245 or minus 222 if we go to Profit X. So 245. We do some simple stake here. This is a low hold of minus 3.27%. It's not bad. You know, I teach my students 2% or lower on average, but it's also very important to go through your conversion each day, you know. So we'll come back to that. We'll see if we can find something better. Let's look at the point spread. I don't think we'll find anything with the point spread at all minus, except for this one. But that's a 4.5. These other ones are 5.5. We look same thing with total points. So I'm not seeing it there. Let's check the WNBA. With the WNBA, we got the money line 8-10. Okay, so we can look at all these games. Let's look at the 8 o'clock first. We got a 420 here, so let's put in 420. On the other side, we can do not going to Profit X tonight, so let's see 550. Seems a little high for me. Let me see here. That's a 3.8%, so a little high. We'll circle back and let's check these guys. We can get 417 at my bookie, and somewhere else we can get 500 at BetUS or Wager Attack potentially. That number is 2.6%. That's one of the best ones we found so far. Indiana Fever, we do have some action on this already, but let's take a look here. We got 160. No, actually, we don't have action on this. We were looking at doing a bonus conversion with it, but the 160 was too high. And then 180 on the other side, right? This one looks solid, 2.75% as well. So those are good. Point spread. Point spreads are all minus totals. So not a lot of action, but I really want to work through my rollovers. So I'm going to take the 2 and a 7. But overall, I average about 1.5, 1.6 on my low holds over time. So plus we took a $400 free play today. $400 cash. So we have a little wiggle room to take a little bit more of a loss. So let's start with the sparks. It was right. So the best thing we can find is my bookie at 4. Oh, my bookie is we don't have anything at my bookie, so that's actually not a book we're looking at tonight. We've already converted them yesterday, and okay, so we can look at 400. I think the percentage is going to be a bit out of whack, and 500. Which is 3.3%. So let's go back to the Fever game. So the Fever, we can find BetMania at 180. So let's go to BetMania. Let's find the WNBA. We got the Fever minus one. I think it was minus 180 that we want to do. It's only a $300 max here, but it'll help. And go here. Is that the right place? No, it was this one. Okay. So 300 max bet on minus or plus 160, 300. Other side was minus 180. That was the one actually. So 180 at 160. We can do that at Jazz. Baseball. I'm sorry, WNBA basketball. We got 159 there. We can do that for one. What was the calculation? All right, 300 there, 180 there. Okay. So before we do that, let's put 300 there on the Mercury. Then let's head over to Bet Phoenix and do the same thing. Let's see what we can put down there. So at Bet Phoenix, they got minus 181. We can put 250 there. Okay. So the calculation will be 550, and we want to put 330 at 159. And I think we might not be able to do that. Let me see here. 330 at 159. Okay, Jazz took it. 330 at 159. So that's our second low hold to help with rollovers. So if we go back to the sportsbook screen, what we did is we took these guys at wrong side. We took it 180 between two books. We took it for 550, and then we went to Jazz for 159, and that one is 330, right? What's 330? Yep, 330. Okay. All right, that's a low hold. We'll be losing $24. We're rolling through 800 bucks to $2, 900 bucks to $2. Okay. Let's see if I can set this up this way. Let's see what else. So let's do some manual comparisons here. Pro football. Okay, the Raiders. We got 250, 245, 203. So 245 and 204. I think that's too much. 245 and 204. That's 4%. A little high for me. Alright, so that's too high. If we look at first half, see what that looks like. 330, 267. First half. Oh, we're doing that at Jazz. Yep. And so we want to go into here. And we're going to go NFL preseason. And oh yeah, right here, first half. So these guys are 325 and 259. So 325 and 267 is like a 4 or 5%er. So that's too high. Let's go to check the basketball games one more time. Any questions out there? I'm checking the chat. I don't see anything on YouTube. Oh, okay. I'll be the first one to break the ice. I appreciate what you do. This is from Keegan. And bringing to the bet community. Awesome, Keegan. Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, just sharing my knowledge, and I hope you find it useful. Sounds like you do. So I appreciate you breaking the ice and saying hello. I don't bite. I'm a big fella, but I don't bite unless you mess with me, right? So then I bite. But as long as we're playful, all things are good. So I appreciate you reaching out. If you got any questions, let me know. But let's see if we can find one more low hold with the WNBA. All right, so with the WNBA, we have an 8 o'clock game between the Dream, and this 550, 400 is too much. The Fever we already kind of touched. The Connecticut 400 is 413 to 550, too big of a gap. And then if we look at see if we can look at the halves, see if we get anything there. No money lines on the half, so these guys do have a money line there. Go to wager attack. Go to WNBA first half. Alright, so let's take a look at these money lines. We got 325 is better than 261. That's close. 325 and 261. 325 and 261 is not close at all. So I was wrong. 4%. And we got 150 and 170. 150 is better than this. But 174, I know 174, 150 is just outside the range. Actually, it might be just outside the range, but might be good enough. So that was 150 and 174, which is 3.5%, which is might want to take that tonight, just to roll over. I don't think they're gonna let me put a lot on there, just because they're not letting a lot on WNBA, but we can try it. If we go 5 on the Mercury, no, we're not doing that side, we're doing this side. 500 on the Mercury, we're on the Fever here, and 800 on the Mercury at the other side. So let me start with Jazz, because I think they would block it first. Okay, so the limit is 250. So let's do 250. sure that went through. Yes, it did. Go back to my calc. This was 250, so it would be 160 on the other side. So put a password. Okay, so we got another low hold in, $13 loss, but we're churning through $400 in rollover. So that was the first half. Let me see here. This is showing up here. Okay, so we got them at 150, and that was at Jazz for 150 for 150 wait, did I do that right, guys? Yeah, 250 there at Jazz, 174, and on the other side I did 160 for 150. So it's not Jazz, it's Bet US, aka Wager Attack. 160 was the bet, the line was 150. Track that. The opposite side, we got it for minus 174, and that was with Jazz. Minus 174. So some of these offshore books, we do have to do this stuff manually. Working with OddsJam to get some of these improvements. So definitely. So 174. That was a bet for 250. And track. All right. So that's a low hold that's in the system. We go to the bet tracker and just change the bet type to be a low hold here, low hold here, then also these two were low holds, and this is a low hold. Okay, and all right, that's it. So all in all, we're gonna make about $350 tonight. In how long has this been going? Okay, hour and a half or so. So a little slower. I'll get faster and faster at presenting this data. But yeah, we made $350 in an hour and a half. I don't think that's bad. Just talking to you guys. So low holds are best for moving funds around between other books. Yes, specifically books that have rollovers, right, Keegan? You can definitely do a low hold between books that don't have rollovers, moving cash from past, but you're already liquid. So unless you prefer to try to move money that way, I wouldn't recommend it. You can just withdraw. But in some cases, I'll admit, you don't want to necessarily withdraw, because if the more you withdraw, the more you are a winner. And so if you can move around things with low holds, you can do that. But primarily the low hold tool is what we use to hit the rollovers. So go from book like I did there with Wager Attack in Jazz Sports. We hit through about $2,000 in rollovers on both sides, right? We would have done more, but we kind of got to the game a little late, and there's only a handful of lines available tonight. So that's usually what happens on Thursdays. I just totally forgot. Baseball games are usually during the day on Thursday, so people can travel for the weekend and make the Friday night, Saturday night games and so forth. So they usually play in the afternoon on Thursdays. So we didn't have very much major league action tonight. But we'll be back at it Monday, so maybe that's something to consider going in the future calls on Thursday nights. Make sure I get my stuff early so that I can show it to you guys. But to kind of recap, really exciting stuff going on in Sportsbook Economy. Check us out at Sportsbook Economy-join or sports/join. A live masterclass August 12th coming. Join that. We're going to be talking all things Sportsbook Economy, all things Sportsbook bonus conversions, low holds, and the licensing consulting division and path. We'll be talking about Sportsbook Economy. We'll be talking about some of our students' successes. So that's coming up on August 12th at 8 p.m. Go to sportsbookeconomy.com/join to register. You have to register to be on that one. We took a bonus conversion. We took a bonus of 905. We converted it into about $400. We'll take it. It's free money. We did that in like 30 minutes. Did some low holds. Also with Sportsbook Economy, head out to the store, the Stand store, which you can find and follow us here on Twitter, on X. You can also follow us on YouTube and subscribe. That would be really beneficial to the channel. If you're interested in learning this stuff, get into our academy, get into the VIP Accelerator program. We're about to, blow up. We're going to have to take so many students on. So it's a great time to get in, okay? And so for tonight only, I'll check my DMs. So for tonight only, I'm taking 5 students in the academy, normally $997 for $747, all right? So we'll take 5 students in the academy. This will give you 1 month of OddsJam for free for new OddsJam customers. This is a platinum plan. This will give you access to the school community along with the curriculum, the video, the community access to networking, the one group call a week on Tuesday nights, and access to Chad and myself through the school community. The VIP, and that's a 4 to 6 week program, followed by $397 a month for OddsJam Platinum. The VIP Accelerator program will get you access to Chad and I directly for 6 months. We'll really make sure that you got white glove service, that you're learning this, and that you're successful with this. We will coach you there, and we see many of our students do $3,000 to $8,000 in the first month, and continue to do that. And we'll make sure that that happens for you with our VIP Accelerator. That is normally $5,800 for 6 months with your 30-day OddsJam membership, plus $397 for OddsJam Platinum going forward, which is $600 below the listed price. And so tonight we're going to offer that to 2 people, 2 clients / students for $3,497. DM me, we can talk about it. We have payment plans. We even have funding options. So if capital is an issue for you, we can help you with that, and we can provide some capital and funding and get you started and profitable within a few days of signing up. Okay? So thank you guys for joining me tonight. We'll be back live on Monday at 6 p.m. And I appreciate the questions in the chat. Love that. Love the interaction. Love the excitement. Keegan, Mark, thank you so much. And let me just double check the Twitter. Yeah, we're good. So I'll see you guys on Monday, or out in the out in the ether, if you will. So have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night, and have a good weekend, everyone. And go take some money back from these sports books.